friends, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be here and filming today because it has been a minute since I have sat down and filmed a video. In fact, it has been 3 weeks. Yes, videos are still coming up, but I was actually ahead of the game and now I'm officially behind once again, but that is okay. I've been super excited to step back in front of the camera and film some new content for the courses I'm putting together for you guys out there to make your ex lives so much better. But that is not the topic of today. Today, the topic is all about the butterfly technique. Yes, the butterfly technique. Do you know who does this motion? And if you don't, you're probably too young to be here. That, my friend, is Napoleon Dynamite's dance move, and it will forever live in my brain, in my body, in my soul, rent-free. But I feel like most men don't know how to execute this move correctly. However, y'all try, so gold star for that. But by the end of this video, I am gonna be teaching you all of the techniques that you need to have in your pocket, in your toolbox, to actually perform this Venus butterfly technique properly and effectively. Because trust me, you will know, sweetie, if you are doing it right, because her eyes will roll, her body will start to curl, her toes, her back, she will be the live exorcist happening on your bed, and that's what you want, don't you? So if you love what I stand for and what I teach, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Everything helps, and watch all the way to the end because you want to make her beg for more. So what exactly is this Venus butterfly technique? Besides sounding like an exotic winged kind of insect, this is a oral technique that is gonna blow her mind. And I personally think every man should know this. Now, I will let you know if you are somebody who is impatient, doesn't care about female pleasure or giving your partner pleasure, and doesn't want to put the time and the effort in, then this video and my channel is most not likely meant for you. But if you do want to give your partner pleasure and you don't care how much time is spent and you enjoy the motions, the movements, the dripping wet juices, then you are in the right spot, because this is the best foreplay technique, because we all know women take a little bit longer to reach climax. So as a man, you need your foreplay game to be top notch. When we're actually performing this technique, we are going to be stimulating the inside, which is the G zone or the G spot, and then the outside, which is going to be the clitoris. However, if you know your anatomy, you know we are also stimulating the clitoris internally. But we're going to be combining the use and the powers of your fingers and your mouth. Now, yes, a lot of you guys watching are probably like, Miranda, I already used my fingers and the mouth at the same time. Yes, I know a lot of you do that, but what are you doing? It's like not rhythmic. You're finger jabbing, digging for couch cushions, and almost like gnawing at my clit with like Bugs Bunny teeth. Like, what is that? No, I'm gonna teach you how to do it with passion. You are going to lead in and you're gonna make love to the kitty. You are gonna have those juices dripping all over your digits, and she's gonna be begging you to stick it in. Or not, maybe she won't. Maybe you will finish her first, and that's as far as we go and we don't do penetration that night. But my goal is to make sure that you get her good. But we are actually gonna be bringing in a tantric technique called edging. Now, some of you might already be familiar with edging because it helps you last longer in bed, but a lot of you don't know that we can also use edging on women. And on top of that, it also intensifies and lengthens the time that a woman or yourself is having an orgasm. So yes, longer and more intense orgasms. Hi, sign me up. Now, before we dive a little bit deeper and really start to intensify the stimulation, I want to take a second to talk to you guys about Beducated, because if you are new here and you don't know what Beducated is, I cannot let you go throughout the rest of your existence without knowing, because it is sex education taught right and done right. It's the education that we have always wanted, and it is the exact reason why you clicked on this video. This isn't just like foo-foo stuff that you learn in high school, okay? This is all about pleasure, intimacy, and connection. Really deepening your understanding of yourself and your partner. They offer you over 100 different courses taught by the world's top sexperts, all the way from vanilla stuff all the way to kink, the really crazy stuff, the stuff that you really want to know, but you are only learning from like the adult entertainment, which obviously is not a really great place to learn from. And the best part is this month they are offering 60% off the whole year. This is the largest sale that they have ever had. And on top of that, we're also giving you free access for 24 hours into the website. So you can go in, cruise, and learn some courses right now. But honestly, like myself, you will just want to stay a little bit longer. Because it's not about a one size fits all. This is a work at your own pace. Explore what you want to explore. This is something you will most likely come back to. I personally really love learning by myself, but I've also really enjoyed learning with my partner and a couple of my friends too. So whether you're just starting out on something new, something vanilla, or you're ready to adventure into kink, and there's not a better time of the year to invest in your pleasure rather than now, because we are going in to cuffing season, baby. So click that link down below and get started now. So when we think of edging, I want you to think of that stop-start method. So typically the goal is to get them as close as you can to climax without them actually climaxing. Then you're gonna back off and wait 30 seconds or so and then proceed again. So as you see where this is already going is that you are gonna need to be in a comfortable position because baby, you are gonna be down there for a minute. You don't want your neck to be like all in a bind and all jacked up. And you also need to be in a position that allows you to have access to all of your partner's parts, all of her genitals, and in a comfortable manner because you are going to be putting in work. So I'm actually gonna give you a couple of different options here. So for starters, she is gonna be reclined, she is gonna be face up, and her legs are obviously gonna be spread. But it can be really helpful if her bottom half is elevated. So putting a pillow underneath her butt, underneath her pelvis is going to be elevating her at an angle, making it easier for you to get in there with your digits and with your mouth. And another position to try, which is honestly my preferred position, is have her positioned at the edge of the bed. So scoot her butt to the edge, have her legs spread and hanging off of the bed, which are soon going to be moved most likely onto your shoulders. Now, however, if your partner has a low back pain or it goes into a hyperextension in the lumbar spine, this might not be the most comfortable position for her to be in. So yes, you can also use a pillow to alleviate some of that, but maybe going back to the first position might be a better option. Again, it's really important to put yourself in a proper position so that your neck is not jacked up. But now that you are in the right position to give her that orgasmic pleasure, it is time that we give you the ability to actually use your powers and your techniques. So we want to start off slow and gently ease her into the mood. Remember, it takes about 10 minutes for women to reach peak arousal. At the bare minimum, shoot for 5 to 7. But feel it out, read her body language, listen to her moans and groans, check in with her. So with all that being said, we are gonna work our way into oral stimulation. So by rubbing, by caressing, by kissing and licking everywhere except her vulva. So you're slowly gonna be teasing her erogenous zones. Use your tongue, your kisses to do the inner thighs, the neck, the ears, up the back, whatever she likes. And if you don't know, use this time to explore. Sorry, I'm in a new building and there's construction. One little tip that I have for you guys is to actually use your breath over top of her vulva before you actually dive into oral play. So by doing this, you are just gonna continue to breathe normally, which is gonna be a little bit hot and heavy because you are also aroused. Then you are gonna be hovering just above their labias, their clitoris, so that they can feel that energy as well as the temperature, which is going to increase their state of arousal. Now that you have built up all of this anticipation and she is literally dripping and begging you for more, I want you to start using your tongue nice and lightly because we don't wanna go all in, balls to the wall. As tempting as it is, and as much as you might think that might feel good, or as much as even she might want you to, you have nowhere to go once you go all in, right? So you need to start off slow. slow and slowly start to increase. So I want you to be using light tongue flicks around the labia, the clitoral hood, but I want you to avoid, yes, I want you to avoid actually licking or kissing the clitoris. We need to hold off because this is kind of where the magic happens. And this is actually where a lot of men go wrong. So hang out here, stimulate, use your hands to massage up and down and in between the folds, going around the clitoris, but not actually touching it. Now moving on to the next step, we get to reveal the pearl, the red button, the thing that I have been telling you to avoid, the big C. Yes, we finally get to touch the clitoris. So using your fingers gently, I want you to pull back the clitoral hood. Since you have been driving her wild and getting her more and more and more aroused, all that blood flow has been drawn in to her pelvis, making it super easy to see everything that you need to. It is like a beautiful flower, is nice and swollen and ready to be spread open. Now, if your partner is extra sensitive, don't worry about pulling back the clitoral hood. You can definitely do some really good stimulation with the hood left in place. Slowly start to stimulate her clitoris with a combination of short flicks and long licks. Now, if you need, you can also be using your fingers here to gently stimulate the clitoris as well. Or one of my favorites is to actually pull out a vibrator and gently use that to assist you too. And it adds different sensations into the mix. Now, I want you to think of a woman's sexual pleasure scale from 1 to 10. 10 is gonna be that earth-shattering, toe-curling, no-stopping orgasm. Your goal at this stage is to actually take her all the way up to an 8, which is right there on the edge of that earth-shattering orgasm, but far enough back from the big O so that you actually don't take her to orgasm, because we are here to play. Now in this next step, we need to give her clitoris a little bit of a break. So if you get her up to an 8 and you don't back off, you are gonna take her all the way to the O. And 9 is a very slippery slope. So I want you to switch it up and use your tongue in between her labias, or perhaps a vibrator on either side of her vulva, or even circle your fingers around that vaginal opening, because that is also gonna be oh so wet and oh so swollen too. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. This step needs to be wet, 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 because nothing feels worse than having dry, sticky, or tacky stimulation. It is not the vibe, and honestly, spit sometimes can dry really tacky, so if you need to add lubrication in or like a coconut oil, please do so, because that is going to increase the woman's chance of orgasm like crazy. But in this stage, you want to make sure that you're really, really gentle, because you do not want to be taking her back to that edge, because you're supposed to be pulling it back down so that you can increase again. Now, once everything has settled back down, we are going to return to increasing that pleasure again. So bring it right back to the clit. Now, her arousal levels will most likely climb a lot faster than they did the first time. So use long and short strokes. Gentle flicks as soft as butterfly wings. She's probably gonna go right back up to an 8 or to a 9 very quickly. So make sure you stay alert and you are tuned into her body. Watch your partner. Because baby, we haven't even got to the fingers yet. When she hits that spot just on that edge, you are going to gently slide 2 fingers in. Your palm should be face up because you are in between her legs, and you can gently start stroking her G-zone in this position. Your palm should be face up, and now you are in the perfect position to be stroking her G-zone. Remember, it's that little tiny spot of tissue that's slightly raised, kind of feels like a walnut shell, little bit ribbed, squishy, squishy. Some might even say it feels a little bit wrinkly, but I want you to tap that G-zone gently with your fingers. And then you're going to return to stimulating her clitoris with your tongue again. This is where a lot of men go wrong. They do one without the other, or not necessarily wrong, but where they could have more intensity given. Now, my little golden tip for you guys for the finale is a money move that not a lot of men know about, but boy, is it a game changer. Now, after she climaxes, you are going to be hands most likely in or just pulled out. You are going to gently cup her vulva. So that means her vaginal opening, her clitoris, her labias, everything is gonna be a firm cup in the palm of your hand. Continue to cup her and let the waves of the orgasm pulse throughout her body. As the waves of the orgasms continuously move through her body, through her sensitive parts, your warmth of your hand is going to be essentially holding that sexual energy. Don't believe me, think I'm crazy, think I'm woo-woo, all you want, try it and tell me I'm wrong. All right, that is it. That is all that I have for you guys today. Don't forget to subscribe and also head over to my Instagram because that is exactly where I will be launching my courses as soon as they go live. I will also be offering a beta trial to 10 to 20 men to try the course at a discounted rate. But trust me, you guys do not want to miss it because I am so excited. For now, drop down into the comments down below, click on the link, visit Beducated, and get your 60% off. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week for another video.